let's drop some practical work knowledge today. Cruise control set at. Okay. This video is going to be in regards to surgeries. I know I've talked a lot about it before. I've shared a lot about it. But these last 2 weeks of Zooms have been around that topic. And you know that when things come up, I share what kind of is a hot topic in my head. Plus, there was a massive breakthrough and epiphany. All right, dude, easy. I know you're fast. Let's say you're so fast. Look at you. Regarding surgery, orthopedic in nature, but you can apply it to anything. You apply it to gallbladders or kidneys or appendix or tonsils or whatever. There's always an alternative. You always have choices. Like, that's number one. But you have to be honest and coming from a source of absolute truth when you're weighing out your choices. So what is the reason you are even thinking about surgery? Bottom line, we don't need labs, we don't need imaging, we don't need any of that. What's the only lab I take, or what's the only imaging of value? The comment, I don't feel good. I don't feel as good as I want to. I'm not doing well. Done. There's your lab, there's your imaging, because anything the imaging and labs are going to show are responses to your life that have you verbally saying that. It doesn't matter what's on the image. It doesn't matter what the technical term for the thing is. It doesn't matter what the cells are. It doesn't matter what the tissue response. It doesn't matter all the intellectual stuff they're going to put behind you, because that's not you. So you don't feel good. All right, done. Let's start there. So the reason you don't feel good is your body is responding to try to generate change. And how does it do this? It does it perfectly when we sit on a tack or step on a tack, right? Or put our hands onto something hot. It has an immediate feedback that has you not feeling well. This doesn't feel good. Okay. And what's now your mind's response to, with the body being the guide? Change your life. Stop touching irons. Stop putting yourself in these positions. Stop exposing yourself to these people. Stop taking what they're doing to you. Stop working for this. Stop consuming this. Okay. So that's what's going on with option number one. So the reason you don't feel well is because all of your life choices, and since everything touches everything, you got to look at it all. And just like sitting in the sun, and your body's going to have a response, or consuming a food, or doing something with somebody else, like your body's going to have a perfect response back that's going to tell you, you cannot keep going like this. This is not going to be good for our continuation of the species. And so now you have an option. That's when you start to seek out a surgery. But for that option, to avoid a surgery, you're going to have to go in on this side and look at your life, not food and light. Bigger than that. You're going to have to look at the things that are the stuff you don't want to talk about, or you don't want to share, or keeps you up at night. The stuff you're only writing in journals but not telling other people. The stuff you're protecting against when other people are just trying to care for you. The stuff, it's that stuff. The deeper meaning, intention stuff behind it. That for you and only you. You're going to have to look to changing all of that. And food and light and, yeah, sure. So now, if we don't feel so well that we want to go get an option, an orthopedic option or a medical option, and they're going to suggest a surgery, well, here's the deal. All they're going to do is go through your perfect barrier called skin. And there's a reason skin isn't see-through. You're not supposed to see through. You're not supposed to see what's going on underneath. For a reason. You are supposed to connect other senses besides seeing. But for some reason, we can't heal unless we see what's going on under there. And that's a video for another time, because you don't see like 99.999% of the infinite processes going on. So how do you put a percentage on infinity? But somehow seeing this thing's going to then guide you to making these massive changes, and that just, it doesn't even sit. It doesn't make any sense. So they're going to go ahead and cut out, mend, reduce, replace whatever the body was using to get your attention to change. And what you're going to have on the outside of that, the effect is going to be a change in response, because now if it was attack, it's no longer there. That's no longer there. Well, then what happens is body goes, all right, I guess we don't need to keep that. I don't need to tell you anymore because it's not there. But there's more systems, more involved, there's more memories, there's more emotion, there's more things going on. Plus, after surgeries, you tend to go walking on roads where there's a bunch of tacks still. And then you're going to have another tack come into the same place, and then the body's going to be like, wait, I remember this, didn't you? So, here's the truth behind surgery. The changes you were going to have to make to avoid it, you're still going to have to make to heal from it, in addition to the psychological, physical, emotional, mental effect that just the surgery takes on, which is the anesthetization, the visual of the imagery, because they can't do surgery unless they sell you that you need a surgery. So you're going to see images, and then you're going to hear words behind those images, and you're going to take on those words. So you're going to have to try to break that, heal from that. You're going to have to heal from them cutting. You're going to have to heal from appliances entering you, all these other people, the beliefs of the practitioners on you. You're going to have to go in and heal from all that, in addition to what you're going to have to change before. So that's what they don't tell you. So what I love is, if you do choose surgery or you don't choose surgery, either way, you're not a bad person as far as I know. We can go into other things you do that maybe make you not so nice, but you're not bad either decide you choose, either decision you make. But I would just love to know my options and the truths behind why I'm feeling the way I am, and what exactly would happen if I were to get a surgery. And that's just what will never be shared with you. Not ever. Not by the technicians, not by the specialists, not by even the people you know, best friends in this. They don't come from a place of understanding how the body works. Therefore, their story will never make sense with how the body works. They have been educated in a story to have that story match this fix. So they're never going to sit down and go over this with you. So it's on you, but it's always been on us, right? And so that's the thing. Pick whatever option, but then it brings me to my second point, and the epiphany I had the other night after a Zoom. We've said it all along, a lot, is being all in on whatever decision you make. So if you're going to go no surgery, you're all in. There's no ship, there's no out, there's no anything. And then when you go all in, you commit 100%. The choices and the efforts you're going to have to make are just well, of course I would do that. Of course I would do that. Of course I would do that. There's no option to not. Body loves that. Loves that to tell you how it's doing, loves that to tell you and guide you, or loves that to tell you that you need to change even more. It's very honest with you. And then if you go surgery, go all in on the surgery. Commit to everything they say, they do, they suggest. You're going to have a better outcome regardless, with an all-in approach to everything anyway. No matter what it is. And then what you end up seeing is the realization at the end of being totally committed that if something isn't ideal or right, I don't think this is good for me. And on that note, it would be that way with, easier said than done, relationships with friends, families, partners, whatever. When you do commit to this all in, and you see when there's symptoms within this exchange, symptoms of healing within this exchange, you won't attack, defend, protect. You won't run away, take off. Because would you ever do that if your foot was swollen because you rolled it, or if the skin on the back of your hands was, or if you had a fever or warts, or you had digestion changes? And if you had that with the body, because you're all in, you're fully committed, you would look at the body and go, hey, what do we need to do? I'm not going anywhere. What do we need to do? You need me to change this? Done. So if there's a healing response in an exchange between two people or three people or whatever, now when you come from this all-in starting point, and that's what I do on my Zooms, we have to start from the same point, because when we're not starting from truth with how the body works, we're all over the place. Nothing we do after that's going to make sense. And so when you start from that place, then when stuff does come up and you need to work on it, you need to see it, it's just this, oh yeah, the same commitment you would make to your skin, your joints, your musculature, your digestion, your eyes, the same commitment that when the body does have a healing response, you wouldn't freak out and yell at it and get all upset, protect it, blame mom, blame dad, blame, no, you go, what do we need to do now? Because it is, the body is behind you 100% unconditionally, has your best interest in mind. The only thing with a relationship you're encountering is now, whether it's friends, family, colleagues, clients, whatever it's going to be, lovers, relationships, spouse, is the mind of that person. But you still get to make the decisions moving forward on what's going to be best for both you and the other, from a same starting point. So healing is healing across the board. That was the epiphany. And then I had a cosmic wink that came up right after that, and I was like, no way. And I sat down with what I had just acknowledged and just learned from myself, because I hadn't had an aha moment in a really long while. And this one knocked me off my feet. There were more layers to it, but I sat there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours to see where it was going to go with it, and what else I was supposed to see. To see what other areas of life and all the other possible scenarios, to see how it would play out. And it was just mind-boggling. And then the cosmic wink came on right after that, and I'm like, so you know you're on the right track when that stuff starts coming up. And it felt refreshing, because I hadn't had an aha and hadn't had a cosmic wink in a really long time. So again, weigh out your options, but just be honest, and know who you're being honest with, right? But it is our bodies individually, your bodies individually. The individual work first to then, if somebody else is going to be affected, so you can do work with somebody else, and that's it. But if it's worth it, you are 100% coming from a place of everything's a healing response. Everything is a response for us to get to acknowledge, make changes, and it's straight up certain commitment. Just sure. Same as we are with the body. Anything that goes on with the body, sore, blister, fever, injury, oh yeah, sure, here you go, body, I know exactly what to do, here we go, I'm going to back off, I'm going to be with you, I'm going to support you, I'm going to look at this, I'm going to be slow with certain things, I'm going to make adjustments in my life, because this is the most important thing. And then as an extension of that, the commitment to how you relate to the world, or to other people, or to instances, this comes from the same place. And then the clarity is like, holy shit, it doesn't make it easy. Healing is never easy, but it's not